All right, well, welcome everyone. Many, many friends of Leah's, really happy to see you. My name is Elizabeth Fischel, and I'm thrilled to be introducing my dear friend Leah. She is not only a friend, but she was also a longtime member of the writers group that I've been leading for years in Oakland and now on Zoom, once known as the Wednesday Writers, now the Friday Writers, since we've changed our day. It's always exciting to celebrate a new book, but especially so when it was birthed and worked on in our group, as is the case with My Marriage Sabbatical, a memoir of solo travel and lasting love. This book is Leah's personal story of pursuing her dream for a year of solo global travel at age 60, a kind of later life gap year, while her husband Chuck stayed at home where he wanted to keep working as a psychiatrist. It's about how partners in a long-time marriage negotiate separate dreams while keeping their marriage strong. And therefore, it's also a blueprint for other couples who want to follow their dreams in different directions or together. Besides being a sensitive, gifted writer, Leah was also a marriage and family therapist for 30 years, and her lens as a family counselor provides insights on every page, as well as humor, anecdotes, and a bird's eye view of travel, community service, and making new friends from Costa Rica and Guatemala to Colombia, Cuba, Java, and Bali. Leah worked on her memoir for 16 years, and it's a joyful event to see it come to fruition. And I'm now turning over to Leah for some welcome and thank yous.
Oh my goodness. Well, I want to start with some thank yous for what it took to make this afternoon happen. And specifically, I want to thank the Friends of the Orinda Library who sponsored this event, who provided the venue, very nice venue for us to meet, and who have just been solidly behind this project and this type of project. So thank you. I am grateful for you, Elizabeth.
Oh, yeah, likewise.
Part of what happened in that group is I went from somebody who would write little pieces to thinking, oh my God, there's a story here, and let's get the whole story down. So thank you for that, and thank you for the conversations we're going to have today.
Thanks, Leah.
I appreciate Orinda Books for bringing their books here to sell to those of you who want to purchase them. I appreciate every one of my boot camp buddies. These are the members of our outdoor exercise camp, also known as Camp Menopause. But most of all, I want to thank you for all of you who are coming here. And it's a little surprising. Think about writing a book. It is such a solitary endeavor. And you all know what an introvert I am. So it's been a long slog to get to here. I'm thinking of this as a birthday party. We are having this book is finally getting birthed after a very long gestation. And so many people have contributed to delivering it. What I want to say is that this event is called a book release celebration. And I think release is absolutely the perfect word. For all these years, it's been my own private secret, you know? And then suddenly, it gets between covers. It gets it listed in bookstores and Amazon, and it isn't mine anymore, it's yours. And it's a whole bunch of unnamed, unknown yours. And I know you people, so it's really wonderful to have you be the first people who get to meet this new baby. And thank you for being here.
Well, to start us off, Leah is going to read a section from early in the memoir, which will give you a little taste of it for those who haven't had the fun of reading it yet. And then we'll have some questions, and then we'll have some questions from the group.
So thank you. This segment happens the night before I'm going to leave on this sabbatical. I have a plane ticket to go there. 4 months later, I have a plane ticket back. And the rest is going to let itself happen. My sabbatical is finally about to begin. I'm leaving for Costa Rica in the morning. My plan is to progress from easier to more challenging destinations, and I've been told Costa Rica would be a friendly place to start. I must be ready to go because I've been crabby with Charlie. Everything about him bugs me. It takes a while for me to understand what's going on. I think I've been trying to render Charlie unimportant so it won't be so hard to leave him. I confess this to my husband and wonder what I can do to overcome it. Charlie promptly replies, "Why don't you try saying, 'Charlie, you stud muffin, ravish me'?" Laughing, I let myself face the obvious. Life is fragile and finite. Something could happen to me, or to him. In the game of tag, when you let go of home base, you're no longer safe. In the game of life, home base only provides the illusion of safety, but it is a comforting illusion. This solo journey definitely feels like letting go of home base. I had a disturbing dream a couple of weeks before my departure. In the dream, I look down at my hand and discover that my wedding ring is broken. Instead of being a fully enclosed circle of metal, the ring has opened up. The dream nags at me for days. Could I have secret plans for myself that will blow my life apart? The thought is frightening. When I describe my dream to a close friend, she listens carefully and then offers her wisdom. I think it means that you're breaking the confines of conventional marriage. You and Charlie are making more space in your marriage to allow you to pursue your dreams. I feel relief. My friend is right. Charlie and I are loosening the marital ties, not out of indifference, but out of acceptance that we are separate people with separate dreams. Throughout my sabbatical, I will meet budget travelers of all ages. Many will have quit their jobs in order to travel, which means they will face the uncertainty of finding new employment when they return home. Some have rented out their houses or sublet their apartments. They will stay in hostels or homes or campgrounds. They will travel on public buses. While their financial circumstances may differ greatly, these adventure travelers have one thing in common. They've dared to let go. Each of them has relinquished the safe and familiar to make space for the new and unexpected. After so many years of yearning to join the ranks of these explorers, free spirits who set off without an itinerary, a timetable, or reservations, I feel amazed and elated that I finally gained the confidence and found the courage to be one of them.
Thanks, Leah. That is such a beautiful introduction to the thrill of departure and the sadness at leaving wonderful Chuck behind. And it also really encapsulates your main theme, which is how to nurture individual dreams while maintaining a long, loving marriage. So let me start by asking you, how did the idea for the sabbatical and the book evolve? What were your first thoughts about it?
Okay. Well, I would say that probably the first thought happened when I was 22, graduating from college at a time when some of the most creative and imaginative people were going off to the Peace Corps. The Peace Corps was just getting born around that time, and I really thought that would be a wonderful thing to do. And I was really terrified at the prospect of doing it. At that time, it meant going off by myself for 2 years to a place that I would not choose. I'd get assigned. And in my imagination, those 2 years were going to be when the man of my dreams was going to come and go, because I'd be in Africa or Malaysia or God knows what. Not to mention my very conservative, not conservative, politically progressive and emotionally conservative parents would have come unraveled at the prospect. So what does a good college graduate do? I went off to social work school, one of the 2 most boring years of my life. And the man of my dreams was going to show up a little later. But anyway, that missed opportunity just nagged at me. And the way it nagged was I felt ashamed of myself. Can you hear me okay? I felt ashamed of not doing what my heart was singing for me to do, and that lack of connection with myself and that timidity kept me back from something I knew I would love. So the obvious story goes, you know, I had a nice career, I got married, I had a mortgage and children, and then the kids were left home and college was paid for, and like here was an opportunity, and I wasn't going to turn my back on it twice.
Excellent. So many people have described you and the book as audacious. What do they mean, and what do you think about it?
That word doesn't get used a lot. It hadn't come up a lot for me up until I took this journey. There's a Spanish word, audacia, so it's not just an English issue. Here's what I think was audacious. I think what was audacious was being settled into a marriage, and we all know that that means coming home for dinner, making dinner, and being around. And I love my husband. And I had this dream that I wasn't willing to give up twice. So I think what's audacious is these are expectations within a society. They're not rules, but we know we're not supposed to break them anyway. Mm-hmm. And I was 60, and it's like, Somebody once said, you know, when you're 60, you have to turn in your cute card. And I said, yeah, but when you turn in your cute card, you can do whatever you damn please. And so that, I wanted both. And I didn't see there was no physical reason, there was no immutable reason that I couldn't have both, especially if I negotiated it kindly. And so that's what happened.
That's what you did? Very good.